Okay, sir.
Hi, all the students. Welcome once again to Icon CSCAT YouTube channel. On this channel, पिछले कुछ दिनों से लगातार we are discussing about the process of interview, what questions are being asked, and how the students are actually performing in the various interviews. तो Symbiosis को लेकर लगातार interviews चल रहे हैं, and today also two of our students have their interviews with the various campuses of Symbiosis. So let us welcome Archie Jain, who has just fought the interview of Symbiosis Pune for the BBA plus LLB program. And then we have Avni Ladha with us, who just had the interviews with for Symbiosis Hyderabad and Symbiosis Noida. So all the students, we are going to listen to the interview experiences of these students. And believe me, Icon ASCAT का ये जो पूरा effort है, yes, सारे students इस पूरे effort को बिल्कुल like करो and keep sharing these videos with all those friends जो कि एक्चुअली सिम्बायोसिस के इंटरव्यूज आने वाले दिनों में फेस करने वाले हैं. ओके, तो चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं और चैनल को सब्सक्राइब तो करना ही है. सो लेट अस वेलकम आर्ची जैन. आर्ची मैडम, इंटरव्यू को लेकर बड़ा कंसर्न थी तुम, थोड़ा सा डर भी था कैसा होगा कैसा नहीं होगा. अब परसों के मॉक में मैंने थोड़ा सा डांट भी दिया था कि आर्ची ऐसे नहीं होना चाहिए, यू शुड बी मोर कॉन्फिडेंट. सो फाइनली आज जब इंटरव्यू हो गया तो हाउ डू यू फील इट?
So I feel good. The interview went well.
How was the whole process?
So it was very comfortable, and I think I did good on the interview. And there were two panelists. One, firstly, the female panelist asked a question, and the first question was she asked me to introduce myself, and so she framed another questions related to my introduction. और सर फिर उसके बाद उन्होंने पूछा कि एनवायरमेंटल लॉज है इंडिया में, तो बट वो स्टिल एनवायरमेंटल कंसर्न्स को प्रॉपरली सेटल नहीं कर पा रहे हैं. तो सर आई वाज सपोज्ड टू स्पीक ऑन दैट टॉपिक, and then so like cross questioning again, like if I spoke something then she'll again cross questions on that topic.
Okay, so for how long you were supposed to speak on that topic? For 60 seconds or even more?
No, so only 60 seconds, not more than that.
Okay. Fine. So
yes,
there
sir.
was only one topic. No choice was given to us?
No, sir, no choice.
Okay. And which was the very first question? We generally expect that the process of interview starts with tell me something about yourself. So did they ask for your introduction?
Yes, sir. So the first question was introduce yourself only. I was supposed to give my introduction, and then she'll cross question on me based on my introduction.
Okay. And were the panelists patient enough to listen to your complete answers?
Yes, sir. So they were very patient. They listened to the complete answer, and definitely, sir, they were very patient with the answers.
Okay. So the very first question was tell me something about yourself. And after that, there were some counter questions based on that. Isn't it? So what kind of counter questions were there?
So like while introducing myself, I said that I've participated in debate competition. So the cross question was she gave me a topic, and I was supposed to speak 2 points in favor of the topic and 2 points in against of the topic.
Okay. Fine. And after that, the presentation part was there just after the introduction, is it?
Yes.
Okay. Then after that, what kind of questions? Any questions pertaining to the legal domain?
No, sir. She didn't ask me much about the legal domain. So there was one question like why symbiosis just after my introduction, and I answered that question. And then after that, she asked me about the question related to environmental crisis.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So any question like why you want to come for BBA plus LLB? Why you want to make a career in law? Any such questions?
No, sir. No, none of these questions. Only why symbiosis. That's it.
Okay. And later on, what kind of questions were there? Any current affairs or any situation-based questions?
Yes, sir. So the second panelist was he firstly asked me about my hobbies, and then he asked me a few questions pertaining to my hobby. And then he gave me a situation based on the Contracts Act, like if the contract is possible or it is void ab initio. So the situation question.
Okay, what kind of situation? Can you just tell me what was that question?
Yes, sir. It was related to the remake of Titanic in the Tollywood. And so, like, he created this whole scenario, like Rajnikant would be the actor and a South actress, and then like everything will be the same, but the ending would be different than what it was in the Titanic. Like nobody will die. So that was basically the situation, and whether this situation was possible, that's what he asked me.
Okay, okay, okay. So
Yes.
what do you think? You were convincing in the answer? You were able to give the answers properly?
Yes, sir. So I think I was giving the answers properly, and I think that was the best I could do at that point. And it was okay. Like the panelist was always like he was smiling and like he was creating a comfortable environment for me.
So all the students, what you people have to understand is the scare of interview, just overcome that. Okay, we generally think that the panelist is going to be too disciplined, elderly people, they will be very tough in asking questions. Actually, nothing of the sort Archie has experienced, isn't it, Archie? They were comfortable, they were
Yes, sir.
friendly with you, is it? Okay, okay. Any
Yes,
any
sir.
other special thing you would like to mention about your interview?
Yeah, so I would say like we were preparing for a particular sort of questions, like why law, why symbiosis, but the questions could be based on the statements that we give, like spontaneous questions, and they can be like a wide range of questions can be asked. So I would say just we have to think on the spot and then make up the answer in a mind and then speak it out confidently. So that's, I think,
Absolutely,
the most important
absolutely.
part.
But the best part happens to be the most common questions, which we generally expect. If we are ready with these questions, so that actually boosts our confidence as
Yes,
well.
sir.
But at the same time, the students
Yes, sir.
have
It
to
does. It definitely
understand.
does.
At the same time, the students have to understand what is more important is situational responsiveness. Okay, based on the situation, we have to respond. And that is the reason the biggest asset in an interview is all about the presence of mind. And to exhibit a good presence of mind, it becomes important to listen to the question properly. Okay, not to panic, think over the situation for a few seconds, and then try to give the answer. Okay, so come on, tell me, Archie, but did you have any kind of panic, nervousness, okay, or were you tense during the interview when you realized the answers were not going properly? Something of the sort, did it happen?
Yes, sir. At one point, I was a bit nervous because I got a topic which I was not very much familiar with. But then I took a minute and then I thought about it and I spoke well and then everything went in flow with that.
Okay,
So
okay.
not that.
And
Nervous.
how long the interview took place?
So it was around for 15 minutes, around 15
Okay,
minutes.
15 minutes, 15 minutes, fantastic. So students, this was about Symbiosis Pune. And now over to Avni Ladha. And with Avni, we are going to discuss the interview experience which she had uh, for Symbiosis Hyderabad and Symbiosis Noida. So Avni, which interview you had? Acha, did you have both the interviews today itself, Avni? Yes, Avni?
Yes, sir.
Acha, both the interviews you had today itself.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so which was the first one?
Hyderabad one.
Okay, so can you speak about your interview experience at Hyderabad?
It was not that good compared to Noida one because, sir, they kept on asking one question again and again, like why law. I was speaking like I spoke about 1 minute or more than that, but they kept on asking that again and again. So, yes, sir.
Okay, okay, okay. So see students, the point which we need to understand. Symbiosis Pune, in that interview, the questions were not based on why actually you want to go for law. But Hyderabad में Avni is telling that कि पूरा focus एक ही question पे था कि law क्यों करना चाहते हो. But anything, one more thing which I would like to clarify. ऐसा नहीं होता है कि पुणे is going to focus on a particular set of questions. Possibly पुणे में किसी और student का अगर interview होगा तो हो सकता है उस पर okay यही questions why law, why symbiosis उस पर focus हो सकता है. लेट अस नॉट प्रिज्यूम दैट ये जो इंटरव्यूज की वीडियोस हम लोग बनाते हैं उसका एक ही पर्पस होता है कि पीपल हैव टू इवेंचुअली अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट आर द मोस्ट कॉमन क्वेश्चंस व्हिच अ स्टूडेंट हैज टू फेस ओके सो लेट अस नॉट स्टिक ओनली अप टू दोस क्वेश्चंस कंसीडरिंग दैट कि यही पूछा जाएगा वी हैव टू बी रेडी विद द मोस्ट अनएक्सपेक्टेड क्वेश्चंस तो हमने आपको बड़ा परेशान किया कि लॉ क्यों करना है लॉ क्यों करना है बट इसके बाद और कुछ पूछा होगा ना हैदराबाद के इंटरव्यू में, और किस पर फोकस था?
Then firstly they asked that have you ever participated in any competitions or any diploma courses? So and was your favorite subject in class 12th? Then I answered, then why is it related with law?
Okay,
How
okay,
is it
okay.
related?
Acha. So, sorry. Anyway, you were a student of commerce. Okay, so possibly they would have been asking questions how the subjects of commerce are related to law, is it? Okay. So how long the interview continued?
The 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay. Any question based on current affairs?
No, sir.
Acha, no question based on current affairs. Okay.
Only just
And any question about your hometown, home state?
No, sir, nothing.
Acha, nothing. So the complete focus was why law and how the subjects are related to law. Okay, done. So coming on to the Noida part. So how was that interview?
So that went quite well.
Okay. So what were the questions?
So firstly, they asked me to introduce myself. Then they asked me about my favorite subject in class 12th and asked questions about that subject and some topics of law also, legal.
Okay. What kind of questions were there, which were based on
So
law?
like vicarious liability, culpable homicide, defamation, strict liability, like this.
So anyway, see students, these are the topics which a student anyway prepares when he prepares for the exams like CLAT and SLAT. Okay, so vicarious liability, strict liability, we people have to know these basic things. Okay, questions based on defamation, libel, slander. Okay, so these kind of questions can also be there. Any special observation, Avni? Anything special about these two interviews?
No, sir. Noida one was like good, much better than Hyderabad.
Okay, how many panelists were there?
2 panelists.
2 panelists. Okay. So finally, students, if we summarize this particular video, there are 3-4 areas where the questions may come from. One, you people have to be ready with some legal terminologies. Yes, questions can be based on that. You people have to be ready with some situational questions, especially when we talk about Pune. Then you people have to be ready with why law, why symbiosis, what actually you want to do in your career. So all these things becomes very important. So finally, students, thank you very much for staying with us, and thank you to Archie and thank you to Avni, and all the best, both of you. Hope so you people get the best positive results.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So thank you for spending time with us, and all the students subscribe the channel and keep sharing these videos. So thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.